have fangs in my mouth right now, so excuse me if I have a lisp, and we shall also see how long it's going to take before I decide to take these off. Hey guys, it's Amy here, back again with another video. Today I'm dressing up as my D&D character, Aryavari, the Tiefling Bard Extraordinaire. Sugar, I'd stay away from that if I were you. You know what bards are good at? Supporting their fellow team. That's just in D&D though. In the real life, they're known for creating stories and theatrics, you know? Shakespeare. Oh my gosh, I'm basically Shakespeare. Put them together from D&D and real life, and what do you get? A critique partner. Nope, that's not what you got. Well, that's the topic of this video anyway. Critique partners are a very valuable part of the writing process. This is especially the case as this is when you're showing your writing to somebody other than you for the first time. This was literally my favorite part of the writing process when it came to publishing my own novel, and I can't wait to do it again. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to be like a bard and support your writing party with these 7 tips to being a good critique partner. Number 1, stick to genres that you are familiar with. Whether reading or writing, we have genres that we typically stick to and know like the back of our hand. I mean, that's a very bad example because my hand is gloved. For me, the genre that I read and write the most in is the fantasy genre. This literally accounted for every 3 in 4 books that I have read this year. So when I do critiquing, this is typically a genre that I go into. This is because that if you go into a genre that you don't have a lot of experience in, you won't be able to identify all the tropes and things that are typically found within that genre. There are some genres that overlap, science fiction and fantasy to a degree, but you wouldn't exactly go critiquing an erotica if you were a fantasy author through and through. Just like how you wouldn't go rewiring someone's electric plugs if you were a plumber. Number 2, seek out partners who are weak in the areas that you are strong in. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. This works well for both parties involved when you're being a critique partner. If world building is both of your strong suits, there is no way in hell, pun not intended, that you guys are going to be able to get good feedback on each other except for minuscule details that won't matter. None of the insights from your critique partner will be worthwhile, and you won't be giving any worthwhile insights yourself, because it's not exactly good to get that nitpicky. You're better off finding people who are weak in areas that you are strong in to help out. When you put yourself out into the forums that you're looking for critique partners, it'll be a good idea to mention this. I want to know if my world building and grammar are okay, and I can help out a lot with character arcs and plot. That way, you are guaranteed to help somebody out, and somebody is guaranteed to help you. Number 3, not everything needs critiquing. Typically, a critique partner will be the first person aside from the actual author who will be reading your work. That means they're going to be seeing the bigger picture and the bigger flaws above all else. I'm not saying critique partners shouldn't go deep into their work, but you need to know when you are going too deep, because you definitely don't need to go into it with a fine-tooth comb like you're looking for lice. Just do what you can in the moment. A good idea for what you can do is that you can highlight things that need to be changing, that are consistent. Make sure that the author you're critiquing knows to look out for these inconsistencies throughout the rest of their work. Know your limits, because you're not going to be able to identify everything that is wrong with your partner's novel. Number 4, react. You are reading a book, so act like it. While critique partners are often considered a writer looking at another writer's work, they are still reading the book themselves. You want your partner to be sure that it is being read the right way. So, you know, react, add comments in whatever fashion you desire. Thought something was clever? Mention it. Point out any Easter eggs that you noticed. Add some crying emojis if you got really sad or something. Be sure to include reactions that you weren't fond of too. Let them know when the major plot twist of the story actually made you laugh out loud. Yes, I am still salty over the end of City of Bones, and a little bit amused by it. Number 5, highlight their strengths. This is a point that people miss out when they look up criticism in the dictionary. People aren't looking for their manuscript to be torn to shreds when they're seeking critique partners. They need validation just as much. So provide the validation, damn it! If there's something that they're doing well or have improved upon, then let them know. Do not be in the dark about it. Do you know how degrading it is to just have all the bad things about your work be pointed out? It can also help highlight all the strengths if they didn't know about it before. People love to be praised, so let them know that they're doing a good job. Number 6, do more than point out their weaknesses. Pointing out their weaknesses goes without saying, but we need to refine this a little bit more. It is never enough to just say that something is wrong in the book or this is bad. You need to be able to help your critique partner work out how it can be fixed. They are looking for guidance, you are the expert, so give them that guidance. A good idea is when you find out what is wrong, say what makes it wrong, and then give suggestions on how it can be fixed without actually reworking the plot or the core of the person's manuscript originally. And make sure you keep in contact with how that particular part is being fixed. It is a very constructive way to be critiqued and also a way to make sure you have a good reputation as a critique partner. It shows you are willing to help out further. Number 7, evaluate their manuscript. This serves as a sample of a book review for them. Quite comprehensive though. Take the areas of story writing that you know very well and the ones that you don't and give your 2 cents and your evaluation on the matter. Prose, plot, character, world building, grammar, and everything else. You can talk about strengths and weaknesses in all of them and have your overall thoughts summarized on each aspect and the book as a whole. The key is to provide insights for further edits that this person may be doing themselves later on. Correct that. Will be doing later on. Because you are just one step in making sure that their novel is going to be as good as it gets when it gets published. And that is how you be a critiquing superstar. Let me know down in the comments your favorite parts of critiquing. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new around here. You can ring that bell to find out when I post more content on writing, bookish things, and digital content creation for authors. Check out my novel, ASTER'S CODA Exposure, in the description in paper, book, and e-back. Follow Abby Tacker as she learns to deal with her family's otherworldly blood feud after the death of her mother. And check out down below my Instagram, my Twitter, my book talk, and my website. Stay creative, everybody, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.